Hi guys. I'm sorry. My eyes are they're acting up a bit. For those of you that know me very well, you know I wear specs, so yeah. Hi. I hope we are fine. I hope everyone is okay and that our families are doing fine. You know, our babies, aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, grannies, grandpas, and our friends and everyone. I just hope everyone is doing okay. It's a Monday. A Monday could mean so many things for different people. It could be, you know, new week, new beginnings. It could be Blue Monday, that kind of thing. So, whatever the case, guys, make a great week. So, um, without wasting much of your time, um, I want to talk about something. Um, the reason why I'm talking about it is because there's been a video that's been trending, and this now became the open door for me, the pathway for me to be able to, share with you one or two things that have been going on in my mind for quite some time now. You won't believe it, for years even. Then it so happens, because of this particular thing that has just happened, this becomes somewhat the right time for me to say it. Funny how things do work out, but nevertheless. So, um, there's been a video that's been trending in the past 24 hours or so. A lady is seen, you know, with an infant, 4 years or less, definitely less than 4 years of age, and the baby is dancing on, I think, a kitchen top. And at some point, the baby girl is handed a bottle of alcohol, Flying Fish to be specific. And the child, number one, gets the bottle and you know gulps the drink. I'm not saying a sip. That wasn't a sip. The child actually, takes down the drink. And then the second thing to note is that there's no, when you give a child alcohol, right? Guys, it doesn't matter how sweet that alcohol is. There's just something that's a bit, I don't know if, I don't want to use the word bitter or so, but there's always something that's just a bit, you know, I feel like that is the right expression to use. There's a that happens when you take alcohol, and the child just takes the alcohol like it's just a normal drink, guys. So that's one of the things that breaks my heart in that video. So, but what I wanted us to discuss today is actually not about that video. That video opened the doors for me to discuss this, but it's actually not about the video. So I'm just making reference to that video that's trending. Now, guys, the video that we saw, that which people are talking about, I'm sorry to break it down to you, but that's just a speck of what is going on in our communities. It is just a depiction of what is actually happening in our societies. I want to tell you right now that if you go to the compounds, visit a club, a shebeen, pub, or whatever it is, a bar, a club that you want to call it, on a Friday or Saturday, or depending on how deep the issue of drinking alcohol is in that compound, even any day of the week, just go in one of those places. Trust me, it's not strange that you will find a woman with a baby on their back in a bar? Please follow me clearly. Guys, these issues are happening, these things are happening, and they're not happening on Mars, in Venus, Jupiter, or wherever. They are happening right here in our societies, the places that we live in, and people that we know, people that we interact with. One, it's very common to find a woman that goes with a baby in a bar. Let's clear something out here. There's a difference between a lady with a child on their back that goes into a bar or a club to perhaps pick up bottles that they could find and go so that they could sell them somewhere to earn a living. But there is also a lady that is carrying a child on their back and going into a bar and sitting, waiting for people to buy beer for them, or even buying themselves beer if they have the money. That is happening. Think about it. A baby on the back, and then someone goes into a bar. They purchase alcohol. They're not even going back with the alcohol to their home to go and drink it from there, but it's within the bar with this baby on their back, and they are taking alcohol. So already, there's a problem there, because the situation that is happening shouldn't be happening at all. It's just wrong. From any angle that you want to look at it, it's just not right. Not to talk of safe. Suppose this woman gets drunk and they have a child on their back. Perhaps they get involved in a fight. They're fighting with a child on their back. They fall down. They have a child on their back. Guys, what happens? I hope you are seeing where I'm driving you to. Or maybe you're just too drunk. And honestly speaking, you're incoherent. You perhaps just stumble on something, you fall down, you've got a child on the back. What happens to this poor baby? That is number one. Apart from the drinking, there are those that are actually ladies of the night. They survive on, paid sex. You understand? So, take for example, you have a baby on your back and you go about to do this business. Where is the baby? Where is the child when these things are happening? Because I want to tell you, these things are a reality. It is not everyone that is leaving their child back home. No, some actually are carrying their children on their back. But what happens? Where is the child when these things are happening? That is one. Two, these same men that are paying you for this service, do you know the extent to which they can go in order to satisfy their urges? Is the child safe? The child could be molested. These things could happen at any place, guys. But these things are happening. Women are going with their babies on their backs, in bars, in clubs. They're going. Go into deep compounds. You're going to find these things happening. It's not a lie. I know you know that these things are happening. What are we doing about it? What am I doing? What are you doing? What are we doing as a society, as a community, and other stakeholders? The people up there. What are we doing? That is number one. Number two, there is someone that is pregnant, heavily pregnant, and they're going into a bar, guys, with their big tummy, drinking alcohol. These things are happening. These are not stories. These are not tales. These things are happening. You are drunk. You are heavily pregnant. Anything can happen. What are we doing? So, these issues are a reality. That was number 2. Number 3, there are ladies of the night that have children who now decide, instead of taking the child with them, they're going to leave the child in the house. Some of these people are staying alone. I've, on 1 or 2 occasions, been told this. Okay? Some mothers that work throughout the night will get the child, give them a dose of Piriton so that the child can sleep as they go. And just lock the house, leave the child dosed on Piriton, and then they go. Guys, God forbid anything happens. A fire breaks down and there's a baby in that house. There's a child in that house. Or maybe criminals break in. A snake, ants, just anything. Or the child turns and they're not sleeping properly. They're failing to breathe properly. It's someone that can't turn themselves or something like that. These are issues that they've really been bothering my mind for such a very, very long time. And so seeing this video gave me the courage to finally say a lot of things. The things that I'm sharing with you right now. So these things are happening. What do we do as a society? Okay, I mentioned the people up there because I'd like to believe for each and every social situation that happens, or whatever situation that happens in a nation, I'd like to believe there is a department somewhere that is looking into such kind of issues. So I could have an idea, but then we want to know who is doing what about this. Who is doing what? Because this is a reality. These are issues that are happening around us. Okay? So it's a rude awakening. But I want you to know that these things are happening. And these issues are very, very serious. So what do we do about it? These people are not strangers to us. Some of them are our friends. It could be an aunt. Okay? Get people involved. Talk to this person. The other video that I did, if you remember, it was about being kind. So sometimes you see that this person is doing these things. Have you said anything to them about it? There's a thin line between minding your business and actually, protecting a life. Because when you do what you're going to do, that which is right, you would have done your part. A part in saving a life. Because I don't think you would really be at peace knowing too well that you had been seeing this situation happening. But never, never, ever, not even once, did you tell your friend to say, look, X, I understand life is tough, but is there a way in which we can be able to see a way forward? You understand? Not even once do you do that. The only thing that you're maybe busy doing is condemning the person. always telling them how foolish they are, always telling them how they will regret this one day. Trust me, definitely as a human being, that they put up a defense mechanism act towards you. But perhaps you could, if you could approach them in a better manner, if you could talk to this person calmly and tell them, look, I'm not here to judge you. I understand life could be tough. But have you tried putting your child on the back and going to a house to try and ask to wash clothes? Let's try this and see how it can work. You just don't go to someone and tell them, you are very stupid. One day what you are doing, it's going to get back to you. You remember my words. You are you are useless. You cannot be doing this kind of things. There are so many people with children that are doing this and doing that. But why are you doing things this way? You can't approach someone that way and then you expect them to change. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. And you can't give up, because this person needs help. Sometimes they don't even realize that they need the help. But you know better. And in your knowing better, you have to know how to approach the person. So you kindly tell them, I understand life could be tough. It's tough for everyone. But one day you're going to lose your baby. One day you're going to lose your child if you continue doing this way. How about you try cleaning people's chickens with your baby on the back? I think that is better. That way you're not worried that someone could maybe want to throw a bottle at you and then it can land on your child's head. Things like that. Try that. And you don't give up. You don't say, no, I've spoken a lot. I've spoken a lot to this person about this. So I know that there comes a time when you decide, okay, I've done my part. But your part should have been an approachable way. It shouldn't be a mad way and then you say, I've tried. No, that wasn't right from the start. You have to approach in a better way. And then once that is not really working, then you could probably say, you know what, I've tried, let's see what the next stage holds. But these people are our sisters, they're our brothers. Guys, no family is perfect. We're all fighting unknown battles. You understand? We're fighting unknown battles. No family is perfect. But we don't give up. We keep on trying. We keep on trying because trying is the only thing. Because when you stop trying, you literally stop living. You gotta try every day of your life. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep on pushing. So speak to these people. It could be your neighbor. You understand? They could be going through some stuff. They could be depressed. They could be stressed. And you could be the only person that could actually save a life. Think of these little ones, that are little innocent souls that are put in these situations. You could be the person that saves this child's life. It could not only be that child's life, but the mother's life as well. Speak to these people. Speak to the fathers of these children. Where are you? What is happening when this child is going through this, when this mother is going through this? If you're saying the mother is a troublesome being and you've tried your best, what about the child? The child is innocent. What can we do for the child? You're the father of the child. You see, engage people, engage family members, because it's not nice, guys. And as I said, these are things we cannot ignore. If we are not speaking about it, let's start speaking about it, because these are issues that are happening in our societies. We see little children 10, 11, and they're there busy doing all sorts of things that are just shocking us. And then you're wondering, where or how did this child come to be this way? It begins from these things. I mean, from as little as 1 year, a child is being taken to a bar, and that is all they've ever known their lives. And then at 13 or 14, you expect them to just switch like that and be a perfect human being that knows the virtues of of self upkeep. A child that should know that life is not all about bars, about drinking, about smoking, a child that knows that my life shouldn't be all about enticing men, or a child that you can't, because that is all they've ever known. All they've ever known is that I needed to go into a bar to, get this man's attention so that he can buy me alcohol, because alcohol is supposed to make me feel good, and alcohol is the only thing that I know that can make me feel good. So how do you expect to have, you know um a proper nation like that? It can't happen. It can't happen. And these are the future, the future generation. These are the people that we are expecting to one day be, our leaders, nation, the nation's leaders. And it's absolutely sad. So we all have a role to play in this. So it could be your aunt, it could be your sister, your friend, your brother. Let's talk to each other. Let's see each other out of these situations, and also let's involve different stakeholders that are supposed to be involved in this to do their part. So let's involve the different stakeholders that are supposed to be involved in this, and let's see what we could probably do. I'm open to, any suggestions. If anybody feels like, I think this should happen, or I could engage these people. Let's see what happens. Because guys, it's sad. It's literally sad to see a poor baby on someone's back, and the person is in the bar, and they just did drinking, and this child is there, and it's honestly not a nice sight. It's sad. So just try to to visualize it, and the situation is just totally sad. So let's yeah, I thought I should share this with you, and hear what you have to say, and let's get talking. Let's see what we can do about this thing, because I'd like to believe it's happening everywhere in the country, everywhere. um so let's hold our hands together, and let's see what we can do. That's it for today, guys. I love you, and please keep safe, stay safe, take care of yourselves, stay prayed up, and yeah, let's keep pushing. Ciao.